Alright, first test recording, Momir basic match. Would not like to mulligan, almost misclicked. Me versus
Tie
Muzz.
punts before the first turn of the game is begun by keeping a terrible hand.
All lands liable to flood out,
Not
but at
enough
least
mana sources. In this format, you want as many mana sources as possible.
because you try to get up to 20. Are there even any 20 drops? There should be. It would be more exciting. Yeah, pro goblins, do it. What if he hits a goblin? Just have him on lock.
Damn.
What's he gonna do?
Damn.
Wow, he didn't make a 3-drop on the play. Alright. Yeah, Cunning Spark Mage. Now I really have his goblins on lock.
Should have attacked. Has haste.
That's true.
Didn't see that one.
Missed the 0.
Didn't see that one.
I mean, if he gets a Fumiko, we're very bad. Fumiko's like just not beatable. Fuck! That's not a goblin.
Teach him a lesson, Venser that shit.
Don't. Wish I had a Venser. I beat Chen with that in the queue. I just Iwamori'd him. He put a Miloku into play, but I just beat him down with the 5. Why couldn't Iwamori just be a goblin? Yeah, Mordivore. Do it. It's not what we wanted at all.
That one met a hasty death.
I mean, his name is Death. He who eats the dead. That's why he's gotta go to the graveyard. That's where all his food is. Yeah. You are what you eat. You're dead.
He's pretty dead.
You're dead, bro.
Should have blocked.
Trample, yeah.
He's a goblin, though, too.
Legendary human monk. Monks.
Tribal monks.
The oft-forgotten tribe monks. Man.
Wait, what does he have?
Lymph sliver. All slivers have
Doesn't have very many other slivers yet, though.
Nope. But
Just
I can't.
keep in mind, usually when people play one sliver in their deck, that means they have multiple slivers in their deck.
Usually they have some synergies with each other.
Is that 3/3 fear?
Yep. It's gonna have to trade with the Iwamori though. Like
fear is pretty good. I would not block the Iwamori this turn. I feel like you have a high chance to just hit something that brickballs it.
I'm taking 8. That's a little awkward.
Wait, how does he have a 3/3?
Lymph Sliver is a 3/3.
Oh, trade with the Lymph Sliver.
I can't. It has Absorb 1.
Ping it and then block.
Curtis is joking, but you wouldn't know that because you don't know Curtis.
Hey Kai, you seem behind to that Arcanus.
He didn't want to attack with Lymph Sliver. Alright, we're snap trading with this Iwamori. Fuck the Arcanus. So what if he can make like 10s? We'll just make 8s and kill him. It's all good.
By the way, if you weren't aware, we're currently watching The Fantastic Four: The Rise of Jessica Alba on TV.
It's a great movie. It has Jessica Alba in it.
She's wearing glasses because it makes her look more scholarly.
It's true. You look smarter if you have glasses. That's a proven fact.
That's the only reason I look remotely smart.
Agreed. Yeah, affinity for islands. We got Aspire Golem. Now that one, if you weren't aware, is played in Mono Blue Pauper, where it dominates the skies.
I think you should aspire to make better 6-drops, if you catch my drift.
Ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Drogue. He'll be performing at a comedy club near you in the near future.
By the way, you have to
Wormfang Forger? Fuck!
You have to post this, by the way.
Okay, I'll post it. And now all my opponent's creatures are retardedly huge.
Wait, does it?
It distributes 3 counters as you choose. I mean, he's probably not putting it on the Arcanus, but he can just like make a 5/6. Or like put one on everybody for some reason. He just put one on everybody. Okay. He could have just had a 6/6 limb silver, but instead he wanted to have a 4/5 arcane.
I mean, we can still hit one of the really broken cards and get us out of it. But
Yeah, like we're just facing down a 4/4 and a 4/5. If we have like a 5/5, we're fine.
wait, Jessica Alba can hold up, or no, the thing is holding up the thing.
I mean, Jessica Alba could do it because she's Jessica Alba. Yeah, 6/6, and we can even attack because he has
Wait,
islands.
can she use like force fields and shit?
Yeah.
How does that have anything to do with invisibility?
Her invisibility is like a force field that's projected around her body or some shit like that. And that's the Silver Surfer. He like tunnels through the earth and shit. And now the Torch is gonna try to catch
no
him.
sense as a superhero.
The Silver Surfer?
I guess, yeah.
He's not really either. And Reed Richards got burned. Chromium. That's a big one.
He can pay too.
Yep.
What did we hit?
We hit a 6/6.
What does it do?
It can't attack unless they have islands.
Also cycles.
Yep. Jessica Alba laboring under the force of trying to use her telekinetic powers to hold up the giant Ferris wheel. The Thing being the Thing, holding it up with his arms. And now the Human Torch is lighting it on fire so it can melt it back together. Yeah, Ferris wheel, it's back. Awesome. Good job, Fantastic Four.
Jessica Alba lets out a sigh of relief.
Jessica Alba is about to faint from being so tired. Dude, isn't that guy famous?
Who, the actor?
Yeah, that guy that just like came out of the Ferris wheel.
I think so.
And now the Fantastic Four have switched powers back. Or something. Man, Reed Richards just was a bitch to Johnny Storm. It was like, get off my woman, aka your sister. And now they're looking at the giant gaping hole left behind by the Silver Surfer.
How you feel about incest?
Fuck! They have Glowcaster.
By the way, that guy's in my EDH. If you weren't aware, birds.
He's a bird.
Birds.
Have you heard? He's not very beatable, is he?
He's like one of the good cards in the deck.
We need to like hit something like ridiculous. Let's do it. Platinum Imperion.
How did he afford a Glare Caster if he paid for Chromium? Oh, he has a shit ton of
He has Arcanus.
Ooh.
He's never running out of
You
land.
need like one of the good cards. It's gonna be the dog.
Alright, we're just...
What do you put in the play?
Ashen Fire Beast. I can now sweep the floor, except his guys are huge and they have Absorb.
And flying.
I get to chump for one turn and hope to hit Creepy Leviathan, Hover Guard Sweepers, or Platinum Imperion, I guess? Yeah, Platinum Imperion can get me out of this. Dr. Doom! How is he still alive? Butcher of Malachir. Right.
That's fair.
Alright, so we're gonna dome his face. He should, attack with more than that Chromium. So apparently Chromium actually has an ability. Rampage 2.
Right.
+2/+2 per blocker beyond the first.
Rampage is a mechanic I think they should bring back. It doesn't appear in very many current sets.
It's too complicated. Because it's a triggered ability. And it's like... It's beyond the first. So like, you block, but then it doesn't get bigger. But if you double block, it gets bigger. But who double blocks? That never happens.
See, I'm already confused. Like, Rampage, Banding, all up there on the really confusing abilities.
Now, Banding. Banding is an ability that says, while this creature is in play, your opponent avoids combat with you at all costs.
I mean,
Though this one time we drafted like Masters Edition, and we had Time Elemental and Dance of the Many. So we copied it, and then with the comes into play trigger on the stack, we bounced it back. So so we would just get a perma token, and then we just started cloning this guy's 2/2 with banding and flying, and then he would attack us, and we would just double block and band my guys, and his guys would just die, and he would be like, "What's going on?"
dude, I don't even know what's going on.
It's okay. They're at a pub where Johnny apparently lost control of his powers. Man, Mael of the Anima.
I like how the thing just sits at a pub and no one is like,
Well, they know who he is.
how?
The Fantastic Four is a very public superhero group. They don't.
Wouldn't people be like, oh man, can I get your autograph?
They do that.
Uh,
The Fantastic Four live in a giant building, and that at the top of it is the symbol for the Fantastic Four.
I mean, that's not egotistical.
They know
anything.
everybody knows where they live and who they are.
Mael of the Enema. That's a good one.
Yep. We can look at the top
Can I
five.
tell
Yep.
my PTQ story about Nia Charm?
Yep.
Alright, so a good story with that one. I was once playing at a PTQ where I had active Mael, but I got hopelessly far behind on board. And my only out was Nia Charm, because I punted 3 times, obviously. And my deck sucked, and I was bad, etc. So I realized the only way I could possibly win the game was to draw the Nia Charm. And that what I would have to do is when I put the other cards that I had not revealed with Mael, I'd have to stack it as one of those, so that I would draw it later. And I set up a situation where on the 5th turn of time, I upkeep Mael, whiffing, so that I would draw the Nia Charm to kill him for lethal. Now that is how you play the game, using incremental advantage. That's how you play the game.
Wow, Kiki Jiki. We're about to break some mirrors.
Wait, why you make just to beat?
5-3.
Kai, do you know that I cannot actually resist a Watch Wolf?
We're actually just not cracking with the actual Undead Warchief, because then if he blocks, it'll just die at end of turn. Once the other Undead Warchief token is dead. But we do get to just hit him for 5.
Kai, do you like Brain Spoil or Watch Wolf 1/1 in RGD?
So we've started this draft.
Finally fired.
I like Golgari, Rot Farm.
Rolling Spoil.
Golgari,
Rolling Spoil.
Golgari Rot Farm is the best card in this pack.
But Kai, how do you feel about He Who Watches?
Golgari Rot Farm, by far the best card.
Do you know that my love affair with Watch Wolf goes back to the day when I was a
Did
young
you take
Magic
Watch
player?
Wolf?
Yes, obviously.
Curtis just first picked Watch Wolf over Golgari Rot Farm and Brain Spoil. Alright. We had a Boros Guild. See, what if we just had these 2 Karus?
What if we just had
Are you taking Selesnya?
We're just in Selesnya.
I would have taken the Rot Farm into Golgari Guildmage and just destroyed my opponent.